everyone. So I'm on such a beautiful high and on fire from this interview that I just did that I thought I would go live and share some of my recent thoughts, some recent offerings of magic that have come through. Um, so let me begin by saying what I've been moving through at the moment, which is finding that deepest reservoir of your power. I've been faced at the moment with people in my experience who are really resistant to what I'm wanting to create, who are really pushing back against my personal boundaries. And this is in the form of like interpersonal relationships, but also just kind of like this energetic sense as well. And what it has required me to do is just stand so solidly in my power, so solidly, and finding that what I'm doing right now and what I've been doing is finding that deeper levels of power and security within myself that Spirit has showed me sort of every now and then, and once here and once there, that I'm really like sometimes we're really outsourcing our power and saying like, I need this to feel this way, I need money to feel wealth, I need that person to stop doing that to feel safe. And these experiences have really dropped me into that deeper place, like I can feel it in my solar plexus, this deep place of security. What we really want to feel secure about and safe in ourselves can only come from within. It can only come from within you. And so to really find that, I've had to continuously catch myself outsourcing the power and then re-bringing myself back home to me. And it's been a repetition of that, and it's meant really holding really vulnerable parts of me who have felt like so scared, who have felt so scared by some like different interactions that are happening, not because it's been like crazy, but because I'm getting triggered and I'm remembering old fear and I'm feeling my vulnerability. But I recognize too that really feeling that, here's my cat Panda, hello. I recognize too that what I'm really feeling is my resistance to my power. There is a part of you that doesn't want to be in your power because you don't feel safe to be in your power. Because when you're in your power, things happen, like people reacting to your power in a negative way. And so we shove our power down and we shove it away. And I'm really getting like, no, like I'm going to be big. Like I'm like letting your big energy exist, letting yourself be full and exist in the full sovereignty of who and what you are. And at poetry last night, I really noticed that in, there sometimes as women, there's a couple of moments where like we might judge another woman and be like, oh, she's being too much and stuff. And like, oh, they're showing off. And there were some big energy women there. And I was like, yeah, like this person is just like, there's no apology for who she is. No apology. And how would your life change if you could really embody that? My cat is like rubbing my phone so much that it's like wobbling. So please excuse that. So who would you be if you didn't apologize ever? If you just held your energy? And what I'm seeing too is that we have to protect our energy, and we do that by embodying our bigness, by letting yourself be royal, letting yourself reign, letting yourself make those rules and decisions for yourself that you do not compromise on for anybody. That's what it is to embody your queen. Is to really be in your leadership as a royal being and sovereignty. And when you do that, there may be people that do not like that in your experience. Something that I've been doing is like, that's triggering people, is that I choose not to engage. I attempt to engage and I attempt to establish boundaries with somebody that won't, that crossed a boundary, for example. Just trying to move away from Panda if I can. And then if they violate the boundary, I'm gone. I'm gone. And I'm not going to interact with you. I'm not going to engage with that energy. I'm not going to engage with a violating energy. I'm not going to keep this pattern that a lot of women do, where we're begging for somebody to honor us. And we're like, what if I just say it in a different way? What if I restate it? What if I redo it like this? What if I talk to them again? The minute that somebody disrespects you, if you're a queen, what would an actual queen do? It would be an atrocity. It would be offensive. And you would move away, because this person has shown you that they cannot respond to you appropriately. They cannot see the beautiful light that you are, and they are not appreciating it and honoring it and cherishing it. So you withdraw and you move away. And when you do that and you choose not to engage, you don't have to make explanations. You don't have to apologize. Don't ever apologize for doing that. You can lovingly state, now that you've crossed this boundary, I am moving away. I'm withdrawing my energy. But beyond that, you don't have to over-explain, especially if someone has shown that they are not an emotionally safe person. Like if they've shown that they're an unsafe person, so you have to now do a boundary with them, they're not necessarily going to be an okay person to share your vulnerability with. And a lot of women make this mistake. Their little girl is present and she's like, no, but if I just explain it and I just let them, and it's really a desperate attempt to try to be loved by them, because if they love me, then I'm safe. That's really what's going on in that dynamic. And I used to do that repeatedly, so much. And now I found so much power in not doing that ever again. Especially my last relationship, which was a massive teacher, and that's what the men in our lives can teach us. It's not just about men and standards there, but about standards for all of your connections. The standards for all of your connections need to be equivalent to the fact that you are a queen. They have to be. You deserve everything. You deserve everything that you desire. You deserve treatment all the time, good treatment all the time. We don't need people to be perfect. We need to be able to be forgiving. But if somebody repeats and somebody shows you that they are limited in their capacity to love you because of their own capacity to love themselves ultimately, you walk away because you are a queen. And that is what a queen does. And the right people, the right other queens in your sister friendships, your king in your romantic relationship, the right people you're meant to work with, co-workers, they're going to respect your sovereignty. And it is about respecting your sovereignty. And if you want other people to respect you and love you in the way that you deserve, you have to respect you enough to walk away, to know your worth. If you keep having people in your situation or in your life who are not honoring you, it is likely that there is a part of you that is not honoring you. So when we hold ourselves to our own higher standards, not only do we just nurture ourselves and we feel better and we have more groundedness in our experience, in our royalty, and we're embodying that for ourselves, and that feels so good. You can actually feel your power coming back alive when you do that. You will also attract the right relationships, and you will attract the right people. You will attract people who can honor your boundaries. And boundaries is such a huge topic. I'm like, why am I talking about boundaries so much? I've said that word 5 times. But because our boundary is so much of the challenge for women especially. We have sacrificed our boundaries over and over, and your boundary can be a need, a want, a desire, something you need, something you truly desire, and something just about you that is a way that you interact with the world. And we have really limited ourselves, and I really have this Valkyrie energy right now, because I'm wow, if you want to become the person that you imagine, we all secretly, in your little thoughts and things about your visions and what you're thinking for your life and what you really want, we all have this vision of this perfect version of ourselves that we want to be. And I want you to really look at that vision and really actually say, okay, what is she doing? How does she operate? How can I become like her? What choice would she make in this situation? What practices would she be doing on a daily basis? When you operate from this, you will change your life, and you will become that person. You will become her. And you cannot keep sitting around and saying like, okay, like I just gonna be my little girl over here. You got to find that charge in yourself and actually stand in your power. And the Valkyrie asks us to let our old self die. And that's why I made this offer for women around helping you step into your liberation financially. It's not just about that. It's about self-value, because money reflects in our ability to self-value, to value ourselves. And Valkyrie is all about valiance and valor and valuing yourself, because she values herself enough to let the old self die. To say, I love you, but I'm not going to keep choosing that in my decisions. I'm not going to keep choosing to operate from her. I'm going to find my wings. I'm going to find my wings. I'm going to find those wings, and I'm going to rise in them. And when I do that, I become her. I become her. So the freedom that we're looking for externally has to be found within first. It has to be found within you. The magic that you're looking for externally, you have to operate from that. You have to say, I am magical. I am Valkyrie. I am the queen. If you were an actual queen, which is just someone that is royal, someone that is cherished, someone that is really, really loved, someone that has a connection to divine right, how would you operate? What would you be doing in your life differently? Would you really be in that situation that is causing you so much stress? Would you really keep doing those bad habits that are really feeding addiction? Or would you say, hey, I'm a queen. This is a holy woman. This is a holy woman. And that little girl part of you, she's going to be there and she's going to resist. And she's going to be like, oh my gosh, no, but it's not safe. And you're going to get triggered. When you move into that, you're going to get triggered. But if you recognize that and you know that, what you can do is when the little girl arises, so any fear, any feelings of unsafety, when that arises, you can allow yourself to be in the queen energy of holding the little girl. So the loving queen energy comes in and she says, like, I know that you're scared, but I've got this. You've got this. You're stronger than you know. You are stronger than you know. And I do recommend self-compassion talking to yourself as though you would a friend, because that is something that's really helped me in my journey. So often we don't know, like, I'm really struggling and I don't know what I need. What I need is kind words, and maybe someone, your friend isn't available that day. You have you. And you are the friend that you are going to have with for the rest of your life. And when you actually build this relationship with yourself, your life will change. You will attract more positive relationships. You will attract higher levels of money and abundance because you're more in your worth. You are owning your worth. You are not accepting low energy. And so I encourage all of my queens watching this to really recognize that you are sovereign and you are free within yourself, and that security and safety within yourself can come from within you. You cannot achieve it through other people, through their actions, through trying to control other people by loving them and being nice. Okay? Stop being nice and be your truth. When you be in your truth, it's going to trigger you, probably, and it's going to trigger other people. And the way that you respond to that is your alchemy. The way that you respond to that is your transmutation. That's the very moment that you get to transform her. So how do we do that? You say, hey, little girl who's really scared, I love you. I've got this. I'm a queen. I remember that I'm a queen. I remember that. I remember my holy divinity, that I'm so loved by Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. Heaven is on earth and it is in me. You are divine. You are holy. And I've got you. And I'll remember for you. And then you take the appropriate steps. And that's where our holy inner king comes in and takes the action and makes the right decisions that protect us and protect our little princess and protect our queen. And it's not until you can really operate from that space in the king energy that your full queen will really emerge, because your king is what protects your queen. Your king is the part of you that says, like, does the action and says no to, like, this person. And if that person comes back at you, your king is going to protect you. And he's going to reaffirm the boundary. He's going to say, no, I do not engage with this. I do not choose this. You are disrespecting me. I will leave. And you remove yourself. And then we can drop back into our feminine. We can drop back into our queen because we're safe. I hope that makes sense. So that's sort of the alchemy of that masculine feminine dynamic in women, which is so beautiful. And when I actually started to embody all of this, I just feel like so on fire. And this sense is what in my offering sometimes is literally so hard to like sell, and like just to be really authentic with you, it's so challenging to actually like put it into words. All I can do is embody it for you and show you that there is an incredible strength that comes, and an incredible sense of personal liberation that comes when you resource yourself for safety and security, when you resource yourself and your holy essence and the spirit of who and what you are for love, for feeling loved. And when you do that, it's so beautiful, because that is what creates the relationships that you desire on the external. And then when they come out, when they come up in your experience, they are going to come to you from a place of not need and desperation and trying to get your needs met by other people, but just for the joy of them. And they will be in pleasure. And this is how we start to operate in pleasure, which is another thing that I'm sharing in my offerings as well, in my mentorships and in my trainings. If you want to really embody this, do one-on-one work with me, okay? Because this is the way to actually do the work to allow these transitions to actually happen through you and to be supported the whole time. That is the most powerful accelerant thing that you can do for yourself, is to have a mentor who has walked the path. And that's what sisters are meant to do, which I love. And also too, you can receive from teachings like this, and you can say, okay, how can I show up differently in my life now, like today? How can I show up today as that queen? What are the different areas of your life where you are not showing up for her? You're not showing up for yourself. And what are the relationships in your life doing? A lot of women are like, actually Spirit's talking to me right now. I have to tune into what Spirit wants me to say. Wait. Spirit is showing me, talking about how a lot of women have like it's like their energy field, and they have like an open field. Like they've got like a hole in there that keeps where they, okay, so they keep saying, they keep letting in low energy. They keep letting it in. They're like leaky. There's this background part of you that's saying, but what if? Yeah, but what if? It's not absolute in yourself. But what this power is, and this charge that you're feeling through me right now, is that feeling of absolute. Is I am absolutely sovereign. I am absolutely free. And I want you to affirm that for yourself and see how it makes you feel. See how it makes you feel after a couple of rounds. I am absolutely free. I am absolutely strong. I am absolutely protected. And feel how that actually solidifies. It gives you that sense of solidity that a lot of women are seeking, to feel a sense of safety. I want to feel like this sense of solidity because I want to be protected. And we do deserve that and yearn for that from the masculine in the external form, you know, as a man or good male friends. Yet also, we have that capacity within myself, and that's what makes me strong as a queen and as a woman, is that I have an inner king. And any man or anything that is coming about in my life is only going to be a reflection of the king that I have within myself. And when I get to have those two things, it's like, yay, I'm super protected. But also, within me, I am completely protected by my own divine light. When I affirm I am sovereign, I am absolutely free. I am loved by all of the angels, and heaven on earth is within me. When you affirm that and you remember that and you live from that, a lot of women are like kind of knowing this but not really embodying it and living from it. And living from it is a practice, but it's a practice that you can start today. When you live from that, that's when that dream life that you imagine starts to show up. That's when that dream version of yourself starts to become through you. She needs you to give it energy. You have to give it energy. You have to build her up. So
I really invite all of the people watching, whether you're a man or a woman, to find your inner king and your inner queen and operate from that, to not compromise and apologize from the yearnings that come from your heart. From the yearnings that come from your heart, the voice of reason and truth that comes through the soul that says, I know who I am, and this is how I choose to live. And anybody in your space or in your realm who doesn't align to that, may their energy be blessed and removed. May I remove myself from anything that does not align to that. When I do this, I am showing myself that I am worthy. I'm showing myself that I respect myself and I see my worth and I see my value. And that this, because I see my value, this is how I'm going to operate. When I love myself truly, this is how I need to operate. So I hope that that makes sense. I'm going to give a moment if anybody has a question about anything that I've shared today or anything. You are welcome to type that in now, or leave a comment if you're watching this later, and I might meet with your question in a story or a post, because I love learning, you know, what you all want to know about. I was just looking at my cup, but I ran out of water. Otherwise, I want to tell you thank you so much for being here, for watching this, for following my page and following my work. My cat is back rubbing my phone. I really enjoy just connecting with you. I really enjoy that I can transmit things and it changes people. Like, what an amazing gift and what an amazing honor that is. And I really honor you as a sovereign being that you are, and I thank you for that opportunity because it brings me joy. And yes, if you are a woman, I really invite you to come to Valkyrie. I'm so excited. This is a 1-week training that is all about soul wealth and money liberation. And we're going to do money magic. We're going to transform our money beliefs into the opening for financial overflow to come through. We're going to step into your actual sovereign wealth identity, who she is, and we're going to guide you to become her. And that way you will be in financial freedom. This is exactly what I'm teaching, is exactly what I did. It's exactly how I got here. And the Valkyrie, spirit of Valkyrie, is literally with me right now, because women everywhere deserve to be liberated in their finances, to no longer have that resistance, any icky feelings about it, and to just feel good about it and just feel free about it, and know that you can create anything that you desire and feel your power in that sense. And this is a beautiful opportunity. It is a 1-week container where we will be connecting on Signal Chat, which is kind of like Facebook Messenger, but way more secure and healthy energy vibes. Like, it's encrypted, it's super professional. And we chat on there through voice note and through chatting, and you can even do a little video if you want to. And a small group of women, no more than 7, because 7 is heavenly energy, right? That's part of the magic. The numbers are a part of the magic, everyone. And what you get in there is like a daily mentorship with me. Okay, so you can drop in there and ask your questions about anything with money, anything with your soul wealth and valuing yourself, anything you're facing, and you will receive mentorship with me through that for 7 days. Within the 7 days, we are also running 3 1-hour amazing in-depth money magic, money portal, soul wealth, Valkyrie enlivening trainings. And this is going to be so beautiful. I'm so excited to see what spirit wants to come through. I have the framework and I have the outline and I have the key themes, but I always channel as well, because what you're also going to have in that is goddess transmissions as well. It's not just about the information, though that's going to be very rich and deep. It is also about the energetic transmission that you receive, the healing that we're going to do as women together to allow that overflow of financial freedom to come in through you. And that's going to be 3 days of those 7 days for 1 hour. The replays are accessible to everybody, so you don't have to make the live call. The mentorship chat is so great because you can leave a message and I'll see you in the morning if we're in opposite time zones. Don't even worry, we're fully connected in that way. And yeah, this is for, the links are in my stories. And yes, I would love to see you there. And I thank each of you for being here and for watching this. And if you liked this, please leave a comment below, partly because to be authentic, I'm going to say the authentic thing that a lot of creators don't say, which is that when you leave a comment, it increases engagement and it allows my video to be seen a little bit more. So if you value my work, doing things like leaving a comment, liking, that really helps support the page. And I really invite anyone, for any creators that you love, to keep that in mind when you're watching their content. I also genuinely want to hear about your reflections. What did you receive from this transmission? What do you feel about like boundaries and the challenges that you've been facing with that, particularly if you're a woman or if you're a man? How's your inner king going? All these beautiful things, you know, come to Valkyrie. It will be so magical. And thank you all, and sending love.